Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. I hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, June 29th. Now, before I tell you who is on our program, I wanted to go ahead and make an announcement here. COVID-19 has interrupted the fixed route transportation service. So a staff member was found that tested positive for COVID-19 from the transportation division, and the positive case has compromised staffing significantly. There will be no fixed route bus service this week. However, the Journey program will continue to operate for those with medical needs. Please call the Transportation Division at 949-597-4659. So I just wanted to make that announcement before we went ahead and told you who's on. Now, we also have another special announcement that will be given by the Board of Directors. And then we will also have an update with Jeff Parker today. Let's go ahead and give you our resources like we normally do, ochealthinfo.com, where you can find all of the latest numbers. Now they have changed their website, so it's a little bit different now when you go on there. We'll try to take a look at that today. cdc.gov is staying healthy, and covid19.ca.gov is where you can find all the governor's reopening plans and kind of follow along with that. You, of course, could always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com, and you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com if you have any questions regarding this. Let's take a look at our weather. Boy, I woke up to some rain this morning. That was kind of shocking. Morning mist will continue throughout probably the morning till about 12 or 1 o'clock. We expect 71-57 for today, 75-60 tomorrow, 62, low clouds, sun. Thursday, 68-67, and it will be nice on Friday, 82-64. Our sunrise and sunset, the sunrise this morning was at 5:43, and our sunset was 8:05. And thank you to Joel Goldstein for sending this beautiful photo of the ocean with a nice arc rock right out there. And if you have a photo that you'd like to share with us of something around here in Orange County or within Laguna Woods Village, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, so stay tuned. We will have the special announcement by the Board of Directors.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at southcountylexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit southcountylexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.
Welcome back. Well, today we have a special announcement, and I would like to introduce Sue Margolis, Steve Parsons, and Raina Rothberg. And we are going to talk to you a little bit about some things that are going to be changing here in Laguna Woods. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. How are you all doing today?
Very well. Thank you.
Fine.
Good. All right. Well, we're going to start with Steve, who has just some general opening comments.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Steve Parsons, president of 3rd Laguna Hills Mutual. And together with the boards of Mutual 50 and United Laguna Woods Mutual, I have an important announcement to the residents of Laguna Woods Village. We are sorry we need to do this, but COVID-19 is with us, and we must take steps to protect our people inside the village. As of Saturday, June 27th, 2020, Orange County experienced a week of the highest number of cases of COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Hospitalizations are at an all-time high. Orange County currently has one of the largest percentages of new cases in the whole state of California. The number of reported cases in the city of Laguna Woods has remained relatively low. Local medical professionals credit this to the fact that the majority of Laguna Woods Village residents are adhering to safety mandates and are staying at home. The majority of residents at Laguna Woods Village are in one or more high-risk categories for COVID-19, making our community unique from surrounding areas. The boards of directors of Mutual 50, 3rd Laguna Hills Mutual, and United Laguna Woods Mutual take the threat to its residents very seriously. Therefore, the boards have come together to pass an emergency resolution with the intent to protect all of us as much as possible during this unprecedented time.
And Sue, I know you wanted to also make some comments too.
Well, I'm going to give them what the resolution says, and I'm president of the United Laguna Woods Mutual. So we start out effective immediately. Residents must wear face coverings in the village, public areas, including every public area within the village, sidewalks, streets, parking lots, open areas, the creek area, including walking to and from manor, car, mailbox, laundry room, etc. Though car interiors are not considered public areas. I keep a mask on the door handle so that whenever I get ready to go out, I can remember to put it on. There are some exceptions to this pursuant to the state law. For exercise, active exercise within the conditionally open sports areas, specifically on the golf course, tennis, pickleball, paddle tennis courts, lawn bowling greens, and in the swimming pool, where 6 feet social distancing requirement is met, we refer you to the GRF procedures pertaining to these conditional reopenings of these facilities for more information. But that is an exception. There also were in line with the state exceptions. The exception pursuant to the state law, children under 2 years of age or younger do not have to wear a mask. The exception pursuant to the laws with medical conditions or mental conditions or disabilities that prevent them from wearing a face covering. This includes persons with medical conditions that could obstruct their breathing or are unconscious, incapacitated, and otherwise unable to remove the face covering without assistance. You will need a medical note possibly to be in this category. There is the next exception is persons who are hearing impaired or communicating with person who is hearing impaired, where the ability to see the mouth is essential. These individuals are required to wear a face shield if possible. Face covering material must be worn covering both the nose and the mouth. And it's very important that you cover the nose. Most of them slip down to the chin. Face covering checks will take place at the gates. Each driver and passenger entering the village as a guest in the guest lane must demonstrate possession of face covering. Access will be denied to drivers and passengers who do not have face covering for each occupant in the vehicle. So that's very important. Let your guests know that they need to have masks to come in. Now on to contractors. Both private and VMS staff and all service providers are required to wear face coverings in the village public areas, including the same public areas that we had before: sidewalks, streets, parking lots, open areas, creeks, walking to and from the manor, car, mailbox, laundry room, and etc. So your caregiver or your contractor. For contractors and service providers, when loading and unloading the vehicle, carrying tools and equipment to the manor, taking breaks, and similar activities outside of the manor, they need to have face coverings. The United States Parcel Service employees, the mailmen, must adhere to the Postal Service policy, which requires employees to wear face coverings in areas where the state and local government have ordered or directed people to wear face covering. So your mailman or mailwoman will have face covering. The penalty for contractors and service providers and visitors is the first violation, the village access will be suspended for 14 days. The second violation, the village access will be suspended for 30 days. The third violation, hopefully we'll never get there, the village access will be suspended for 60 days. And the next one that's really tough, of 10 or more people are prohibited in any open space. All in-person village-related meetings will be prohibited until further notice, and all required meetings will be conducted virtually. Indoor activities are prohibited at all clubhouses, community centers, and the GVA rec rooms, which has been in place for a long time. Now, for our employees, all employees entering the community center will be required to go under a temperature check. Access will be denied to an employee with a temperature higher of 100.4 degrees, pursuant to the CDC guidelines. VMS will continue to encourage the maximum of employees to telecommute. So there won't be many in the building. Contractors, caregivers, and other service providers are required to undergo daily employee temperature checks as part of the pandemic response prior to entering the village. No contractor, caregiver, or service provider are to be sent to the village when temperature exceeds 104 degrees Celsius pursuant to the CDC guidelines.
Okay, and thank you. So did you have anything else at this time?
No, I think Steve can carry on for now.
All right, great, Steve, go ahead.
Okay, this emergency resolution goes into effect today, June 29th, 2020 at 9 a.m. this morning. The warning period will extend from today, Monday, June 29th, until Sunday, July 5th, 2020. Enforcement will begin July 6th of next month. There will be no first warning. This resolution is in effect for a maximum of 120 days from today, Monday, June 29th. Enforcement and penalties will be announced later this week and no later than to commence no later than July 2nd of 2020. All residents subscribed to the village email communication list will receive a message that will indicate this emergency resolution immediately following the live broadcast of today's ThisDay show. The resolution is available on the Laguna Woods Village website. A code red notification will be sent to all residents on Monday, that's today, June 29th. Flyers are available at all gates beginning today at 3 p.m. Residents of the towers may obtain a copy at the general manager's front desk. Note, no visitors are currently permitted at the towers. And we want to thank you so much for your understanding and patience. All of us are working hard to be sensitive to your health and welfare. Please exercise care in all of your activities. You are important to us. Thank you.
That's very nice. Thank you. And Sue, thank you. And then Rhina, did you have some comments at this time?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. The towers, as most people know, is comprised of two 14-story buildings with one main entrance. So it has been easy for us to enforce rules. And we've done this since March 16th. Everyone must wear a mask. Everyone has a temperature taken before they are allowed into the building, and that's guests as well as staff. And staff has temperature taken again during the day. Now, when it comes to deliveries, we accept at the front door all deliveries, newspapers, packages, whatever, and then they are delivered to the units by staff. So no one comes into the building. Mm-hmm. If you have visitors, they again must wear a mask and must have their temperature taken. And since the 16th of March, we have locked all of our meeting rooms. And in public areas, you must wear a mask and our residents have complied with that. But again, it's been a lot easier for us because we're contained as opposed to being spread out the way the other two mutuals are.
Right, right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And Sue, did you have some closing comments?
Yes, due to the urgency, we're rushing this measure through, and I hope everybody understands the need for it. We're hoping that any resident who unfortunately tests positive for COVID will let resident service know so we can assist in contact tracing, self-quarantine, and stop the spread. Only through these measures will we be able to keep the most vulnerable of our community alive. Thank you all for taking care of each other, and we hope that this will not be too hard on you.
Thank you. I know this is a really difficult time for everyone. And of course, you know, here we are in the highest group that's at risk. So I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And thanks for looking out for everybody. All right.
Stay healthy, everyone.
Yes, everyone stay healthy and wear your mask.
Have a great day.
All right. Thank you for joining us. And we'll be right back with comments from Jeff Parker.
As a professional licensed realtor, you have worked countless hours to ensure your reputation is the best. Your clients know they can trust your judgment, that you'll be around when they need you, and that you will deliver what you promise. In escrow, one company has set that same standard for excellence. Escrow Options Group offers more than just outstanding escrow services. White glove concierge services, wire and fraud protection, custom estimates, and more at no extra charge. Choose the company that mirrors your professionalism. Escrow Options Group. Experience a better option of escrow services.
To help stop the coronavirus, the CDC recommends to avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, contact the CDC. A message from Village Management Services.
Well, that was quite an announcement. So we have Jeff Parker here to help elaborate on some of the things that were mentioned in the special announcement. Well, thank you. Happy Monday to you. Did you have a good weekend?
It was a busy weekend.
Yeah, I bet. Well, that was, you know, that's a really tough thing, getting everyone to wear their masks. You know, some people really don't want to. You've seen it all over. But now we really do have to because the numbers are rising. So let's kind of recap what they were talking about. So the timeline, it's effective today, but there's a little bit of a grace period. So let's talk about the timeline.
So the impact of the emergency resolution is to have it go into place today. And then what we've decided upon, what they decided upon, was that we want to get all the information out there to everybody in the community. And we want to do that over and over again. So the actual implementation of fines or incurring the people to effectively do this with regards to penalties, that will happen starting July 6th. So we'll be taking this whole week to notify, and make sure everybody knows about this resolution and what it means for the community.
Okay. All right, and then, so enforcement begins July 6th, and then the duration, as of now, is 120 days.
An emergency resolution is 120 days. It can be shorter than that. They can come back and say, we don't need it anymore, everything's good to go, and they can go back to the standard practice that we were at before, but the maximum for emergency resolution is 120 days.
Okay, and then enforcement, they were talking about citations. So how does that work?
So our security department will be out and about like they generally are, and they would write like a traffic ticket. I'll use that as an example. And so that will be the violation for violating the rules that the board just talked about.
Right.
And so as they enforce that, if you're in violation not wearing the mask, or if you're in a gathering larger than 10 people, then we will be writing citation tickets. And then each mutual will address that depending on where you live. So
Okay.
if you're from United, then it'll be United's addressing those citations. And if you're from Third, it'll be Third. And if you're from Mutual 50, it'll be Mutual 50.
Okay. And then GRF is also part of this, right?
They are, because obviously they have open space and facilities, but most important in that process is it'll be the mutuals doing the initial responsibility on the fines. But then if people don't pay the fines, if they go through the process and ultimately are fighting or not paying the fines, then it could ultimately lead to GRF, who has the ability to take additional actions with regards to that.
Got it. Now, obviously, the reason why this is in place is because Orange County numbers are really starting to increase, and they have been for probably a couple weeks now. And not only in California, but several other states are really starting to see numbers increase. And of course, our group is the highest, one of the highest at-risk groups. So of course you have to do something, because if you're not wearing the mask, like a lot of people just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think one of the important things is that with the new stats, and you can see they've kind of revised their website for Orange County. One of the pieces of information that we received is now they're looking at zip codes.
Okay.
And when they looked at our zip code, we kind of took an analysis of it. There were only 2 reported cases relative to skilled nursing, which are some of those facilities outside of the village itself. So when you see the 17 for the Laguna Woods for the city, it can be presumed pretty easily that a number of those are within the village. Right. And so that's really what triggered the concern. One, that it's here, and secondly, the exponential growth of the number of cases in the last week. Right. We exceeded over 500 cases in Orange County several days last week.
Right.
Our hospitalization is up now at one of the highest rates. It's at 492.
Oh, that's really quite a jump.
And I just heard on the way in that both San Bernardino and Riverside County are running in the same situation, and their ICUs are almost at 90% capacity. Wow. So that's the real grave concern, is that people that are going to get that sick, and especially the people that are in the age group that encompasses most of the village. We want them to be aware of this and hunker down, in a sense, because if we wear a mask, we know that that has had a substantial positive impact of not getting the virus spread.
Exactly, and let's actually go back to where we were talking about, cumulative or accumulating people in areas like outside and stuff like that. I know that people were having fun at parks and that kind of thing. Is that something that still can happen or cannot happen?
So the regulations by this resolution is going to limit activity under 10, which is following the state law and the CDC provisions of no concerts, no activities, anything over 10 will have to be broken up, and if necessary, the citation process.
Well, what if you have a resident who is following all the rules? I mean, the majority of the neighbors are following, but there's some that just won't follow the rules. What does a neighbor do?
Well, the best thing they can do is they can call into resident services, who will get that information over to our security department. So our security department can go look for that. We're not doing that on a regular basis right now, but if it comes to a situation where a resident knows that 1 or 2 people aren't following these rules, we want to know about it so that our security can go enforce our law.
Now, have you been in contact with the Orange County Health Department recently?
Just last week, we did get some new information from them because they were updating their website, so they did pass that on. But their concern, again, was same focus that we have, this real big uptick in numbers, and which is going back to, the Governor Newsom yesterday reinforced closing down a number of activities in a lot of counties.
Right.
And that's because the numbers had spiked so much in those counties.
Right, and I was just going to talk about that because, you know, many counties are, like you're saying, spiking. And so I think the concept was that people are going to a restaurant or they're going to bars even, and they're not wearing their masks. And then alcohol consumption is making people just completely forget and not use the mask at all. And then they're invading your 6-foot space.
Right, and that's a real serious matter when it comes to, and the thing that I want to make sure everybody understands is that when you go out in that environment and then come back to the village, you have the chance to spread it.
Exactly, exactly. And then some of your visitors too, so you have to be really careful. Well, thank you very much. I know this is quite a lot of work that you guys were doing all weekend, so thanks for doing all that, and you stay healthy.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you. And we'll take a look at the weather right after this quick break.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
May know age well for delivering life-saving Meals on Wheels to homebound seniors. But did you know they keep seniors active and engaged at 10 modern centers? Serve nutritious congregate meals amid friendly surroundings. Transport seniors safely to and from appointments. And provide much-needed equipment and other essential services. Now, this vital nonprofit organization needs your support to sustain its mission. This is Age Well Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?
All right, welcome back. Real quick, we have a movie today at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., The Leisure Seeker with Helen Mirren. Let's take a look at our weather. As I mentioned, we've got mist this morning. It looks like it's clearing up in just a little while, maybe another hour or so. And we are looking at really good temperatures today. Not very hot. I think the weather's going to be lovely. 71, 57 today. Tomorrow, 75, 60. By Wednesday, 76. Thursday, 78. And by Friday, we're going to be looking at 82. So very nice week weather. So as our show mentioned, please wear your masks. I know it's hard to do at times, but it's for the betterment of everyone because we're all in this together. Stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.